The cat's eyes are open. It's super creepy and weird.
Any idea what happened?
Looks just like it. Side by side comparison. How's it going, guys? My name's Graeme, and welcome to the brand new Death and Taxes, coming out February 20th. The general concept being that you are the Grim Reaper doing the desk side of your work, filling out the paperwork that has to do with reaping souls. I think that's absolutely hilarious, and this game is an immediate 10 out of 10 just for the name Death and Taxes. That's so beautifully clever and works on so many levels. They absolutely deserve the credit for that. Okay. Coming home after a long, hard day. This is kind of cool, the way that you scroll, but it animates as you're scrolling. It's progressing things. Fate, keeper of world order. And he's missing lemons. Life did not give him lemons. Therefore, he never made lemonade. So it's probably time for him to die. He's just a miserable, lemonless life. Doing a little bit of a Beatles moment there. Gotta stock up. Make sure you have enough lemons. Excuse me, did he just see the very face of hell there while he was in the supermarket? Why was that so devastating and so terrifying? What is this occult shit that this guy is doing? The parallax of that is really cool, but was he going to go get lemons so that he could summon death? The Grim Reaper, you. Is he the Reaper? This guy all along, or did he summon him? I think he just summoned him. Can be a little bit more ethereal, get some nice kiss makeup going on, a little bit more Dias de la Muerto, Day of the Dead. My Spanish is awful. Oh, golden head, gold plate that shit. There's probably good money to be had in dealing with death. It would make sense. I'm gonna go regular skull because I think it looks cool, but I'll get a stylish tie or something. We can get a little pop of color going on in there. We don't want to look totally boring. Give it a little excitement to death. Although I will say the jet black is cool, very Johnny Cash. Maybe we go full on Harley Quinn Birds of Prey outfit. I think I just kind of like the pop of red. I think that just adds a little bit something extra. Begin the bureaucratic afterlife. So this guy is just my boss, I guess?
What a momentous day. I am honored to welcome you into our world. Spawn... Hang on. Spawn number 95.
You've only had 95 of them? I would assume there were many more Reapers at this point. That, when you're dividing up the jurisdictions of everything, only 95 people are looking after 7 billion lives? That's a lot to manage, man. I have to personally look after 70 million people? That's too many.
Fate. I am the keeper of world order.
Where am I? What is this? Just start word vomiting questions at Fate. What am I? Pleasure to meet you, Fate. Let's just go full polite.
Grim Reaper for a change. This is a good start.
I just feel like I should conduct myself as if this is a job interview. I know I was born literally seconds ago. That doesn't mean we can't have a little bit of civility in our dealings.
Welcome to your new job as an overseer of Cosmopolis City Subdivision 4, the Sun County Wine Region.
Dope. You get to go troll through the hills after a hard shift and chug back some nice fruity wines. We got a good designation.
Your assignment is choosing humans who have to die. Pretty standard stuff.
All of them. Can I get an early lunch?
As it is your first day, try to get to know the system. And do not destroy the world.
That's in my power.
Gallows humor, you see? Right.
I don't know, man. I'm still learning the ropes here. But he is my boss, so forced laughter because I don't want to come across as rude, and I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate this opportunity. I have to kill people. I'm not ready for this. Whatever you say, boss. Well, I get paid. That's a good question. I'm actually genuinely curious about that. Never really thought about the employee benefits of being the Grim Reaper.
Most certainly. The contract stipulates that every death gets a fair salary based on their performance accuracy.
I really liked the voice acting behind this character because it has like the slow dripping grimness of what you might associate with the Reaper, but it's like polite and formal and businesslike. I feel like they're balancing that very well.
Is the most important task. If you mark more or less than necessary, you will not get your fee at all.
This is like such a precise thing. I can't mark more
Errors
or less.
In secondary tasks
I think you guys would want more.
The total, even if the primary task is executed correctly.
See, that's a good joke. That would genuine laughter. Good one. Good wordplay.
Remember, the fate of the world lies in your hands. Humans march towards the great dying. They always teeter on the precipice, creating endless chaos.
The great dying would just be like mass extinction.
We keep humans from falling off. We establish the equilibrium.
Cool
and
Christian
keep
Bale
the
movie.
Chaos in check. For that reason, your actions will have consequences.
I wonder how often Reapers get fired. Maybe I'm Reaper number 95, but there has been like a million Reapers, and there's just only 94 who have managed to keep their job. Like, if I get fired and they bring in a new guy, he'll also be 95. Where do I work? I was born to do this, quite literally. He knows it. Why me? Kind of curious. Yeah, why me? I'm a little curious.
Someone has to.
Well, that's a cop-out answer.
Okay,
I guess fuck me for asking questions. I'll keep it to myself next time.
One more thing. This will be your 7-day evaluation period. When the week is done, you will be assessed.
Honestly, 7-day probation on a new job is nothing crazy. Usually it's like a year. Alright, my temptation's just gonna be to kill everyone, rapid fire, pew pew pew, just start taking them all out. Apparently that's not the goal here. That's not what I'm supposed to be going for. I have a phone at least. Good for procrastinating and scrolling through Cocker? Is that supposed to be a crow-based thing? Because, it makes me think of like Grindr. I think it's supposed to be like a Twitter thing, maybe. It's probably supposed to be evil Twitter. Galaxy Brain, black holes to end all life. I wonder if I'm making a difference. And Science Today, in-depth overview of the merits of nuclear power. Oh, that's his general assessment and everything. 6.6 as a percent is quite funny overall. Wow, the day is already like quite far along. 11:14. We should really try and... Oh, that's the actual time. That's the real time in my real world. That's weird, because I feel like I have 7 days, and I'm already missing a bunch of the day here. My instructions. Welcome, Grim. Do you know one time I actually ordered a coffee at, like, it wasn't a Starbucks, but it's a place that writes the name like Starbucks, and they thought my name was Grim when I told them Graeme. And I thought that was dope. It's a way cooler nickname than I've ever had at any other point in my life. So this applies to me in some additional way. Here are the files on humans who are in life-threatening situations within your domain. I'm granting you time to settle in, so no difficult rules and requests as of today. Quota, 1 human has to die. Simple. I could kill 1 human on my way to the bathroom or something, and it'll be fine. It'll be like an easy done day. Send me the files by fax after you've made your decision. Good luck. The marker of death. Better pick it up and start marking some files. Well, I should probably look at some files first. We have Victor Yashin, 47, Safety Inspector. Victor graduated at the top of his class and made a fast climb on the career ladder, becoming the Chief Safety Inspector for a local nuclear power plant. They've already spotted several mistakes, possibly preventing many accidents. So if I kill this man, nuclear disaster imminent. So I'd take that into consideration. And Matthias William, only 18, a student. It has been said that Matthias talks too much. Oh, time to die, Matthias. You've had a long, full life. No one will miss you. They themselves think they may not be talking at all enough. Space radiation is their passion and are endlessly fascinated by black holes. Endlessly. Well, Black holes are apparently a major threat right now, unless you're Galaxy Brain. He might be pushing his own propaganda there. That's my running theory, is that he is literally trying to just look out for himself. I just wanted to check my drawers. Well, I think the obvious choice would be to have the young character live, but I think it would be more interesting. Matthias, Ulium, you will die. Confirm. And Victor, you will live. Too bad they don't have 9 lives. Tough break. Oh, okay. There's like a different thing each time. Okay. But you guys are all set. Do I fax everyone? Specifically, you will die. Confirm. And it sends everything all at once. You don't have to drag them separately. Oh, I wasn't expecting this like overworld style. I can cruise around in the elevator, but I don't really know what everything is. The Grim office, I suppose that's where I work. The dressing room, I need a mirror for this. How do I actually stop on a floor? Maybe I'm not supposed to be able to. Straight to the top. What do we got? Fate's office? Do we want to go visit Fate? I think it has to be lit up for me to visit.
The new death spawn. Welcome.
Really
How was
good.
Your first
Just
day?
really good. Really very good. Bad person died. Nah, really great. Beautiful.
We are
I'm so happy
counting
to be a
on
part
your
of this team.
dedication. You do important work, after all. Remember, lives are on the line.
Yes.
I see
Yes, I
exactly
get
one
it.
person perished today, as tasked. Did you figure out the best choice?
The best? There were only 2 options. My main thinking was that if I let that one guy die, that it would be a cascading series of consequences, as you established, that would result in other people. I'm curious what kind of lesson he'll give. I hope I don't get fired if I ask
Indeed.
this.
I am glad you are paying attention. In the future,
Okay, he's an
I may
understanding
require
boss. He's
make
here to help.
Difficult choices. Such is the unfortunate, indisputable, incontrovertible, ironclad law of cosmos. Question?
Several. But I kind of think I should just plow on. I still don't understand exactly what I'm supposed to do. Give me a little bit more.
You
Just a
are
little
to
bit more.
mark the profiles I send you with the
Okay,
mark.
well, I understand that.
Afterwards,
It's some
you fax
basic
the
stuff.
files daily.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. I thought he was going to give me more insight in how to specifically choose who should or shouldn't die in like a given day. That was just more like tutorializing. I want to go down to the bottom, go to like hell or something. What are you doing dancing around there? A more classical Grim Reaper. Oh, they're like angels and stuff. They got wings and all that. And Quartermaster Mortimer's Plunder Emporium. I do kind of want to see.
Welcome to Quartermaster Mortimer's Plunder Emporium.
That's a bit of a tongue twister. Quartermaster Mortimer's Plunder Emporium? That's easy enough.
The famous, nay, infamous Quartermaster.
I did briefly hear of him, but it was literally just from him shouting it over and over. Never heard of you? What makes you infamous? The Mortimer. An honor to meet such a legend. What makes you infamous?
Why, I was the very pirate king of lore, feared across the world. Even
Pirates
as I
aren't really a
grow
big
most
deal
humble
these
with
days.
age, I still carry within me glory days.
You don't want to get too caught up in the glory days, dude. You gotta think to the future. Maybe keep up with the times a little bit. Bandanas? Out. Nobody wears those anymore. Sashes? Coming back in. You might be ahead of your time on that one. That's cool. Okay. Can I buy stuff?
Aye, ye are visiting me ultimate dream, the Emporium. Browse at your will.
Well, that was very polite and offering. I thought he would present it in more of a way like browse at your own peril. A mirror, like they were saying, I would need a mirror up top. A looking glass gazing ultimately deep into the abyssal depths of the underworld. It reflects everything. Well, mostly just you. This I cannot afford. It spins and worse, you can get a fidget spinner. The Tenebrous Curiosity, a widget. The Aphotic Reflector, oh, they have cool names. Very soothing and helpful in times of stress. More to you, less to others. And the Eye of Anpu, it's clothing. God of the dead, mummification, embalming, the afterlife, cemeteries, and tombs, and the protector of the underworld, this hound really gets around and grants you a stunningly canine visage. So I could change my appearance. I'll buy the reflector.
Oh, 'tis wondrous marvel.
It's just like the only thing I can buy.
The crew sailed the southern seas and came across an accursed lighthouse. Plundered the lot of it, even the mirrors. Built the frame from beautiful driftwood washed ashore from the ship we rammed into.
Sounds like a cursed mirror.
Covered it in
Great.
all gold, too, course. A proper beauty.
So he's really hyping it up after the sale has already been made? Not the best sales tactic. I'm kind of curious what that's actually for, other than obviously cursing me for all eternity. The dressing room? Bonehead? So I guess I can just take a look. Oh, and I'm wearing an assassin clothes. I get it. Oh, pop punk. Is this meant to be... I mean, a ton of people, like, I don't know, Green Day's wore and things like that. But Fugazi, is that who's coming to mind? I don't know. It's like, it's a thing. The Undertaker, that's funny. Queen, street punk, business, just another job. I'm going in a little more casual for my second day. Corpse paint, flower power, golden. I am pretty poltergeist bonehead. I just kind of wanted to see what they were all named. I like that they have fun little names. And personal quarters end the day. We've done everything we really need to, I believe. And the Grim office. Oh, that's just like a coworker of mine floating around. Good morning. I hope you found your accommodations adequate. Here are the rules of the day. Follow them and you will be okay. I'm handing you another simple task. One human with an engineering or industrial background has to die. But only one death, yes? And the Crow News. Local teen perishes in hospital after mishap with high voltage hyperboloid. So that would have been who I killed, actually. And this token, shiny, did I just earn money? What do I do with that? I don't really... Is the money wailing? Oh, that's kind of funny to think that the money in this world just like... But like, am I making money when I do that? Heads and tails... Oh! Is this literally just existing to give me the option to do like a heads and tails on occasion? Alright, human or engineering or industrial background. So we have Zara, 38, position Mason, considers masonry a formidable art, a mixture of intricate design and impressive monumentality. They're convinced that Cosmopolis City needs to construct a proper city wall. So that sounds engineering-ish. Maybe it's too construction-y. We'll see the other ones. Polternomen. He's like poltergeist, and he's no man. I don't believe that this guy is real. He seems like a ghost who's trying to trick me into getting double dead in some way. Bicycle repairman. Repairing bicycles is Polter's life. They own a bicycle shop, designing custom bicycles and pimping up old rides. Experimental brake modifications and neon light installations are Polter's specialty. I mean, that's engineering. Like, there's different types of engineering. There's mechanical and civil engineering and things. So, like, what am I supposed to go? I should say now, I didn't want to admit it up top for possible shaming, but I've never played Papers, Please, and I know this game is similar in some ways, and I know people really love that game. And we have Gahan, 45. He's a hunter. He made a living by hunting wild game for decades. Recently, they have become fascinated with conspiracy videos on MeTube. How have I not heard that joke before? That seems like such an obvious given. Convinced there's a monster living in a nearby swamp. Well, guy seems like a goof, but he should probably live. He just seems harmless. He's just doing his thing. Can I instant fax that one? Like, can I just say that I'm good with that one and, like, lock it in? It does just say one human with a background in engineering or something industrial, and so I guess that doesn't mean there's only one option. That means either one of these could be viable options if they're both technically engineering. So that's something I hadn't thought of immediately, but should have occurred to me quite quickly. Your mechanical engineering seems a little bit more abstractly connected, and yours is like more straight on the nose about doing masonry and things about like city planning, I guess. So I'm feeling a little bit more like maybe that one would be the more engineering focused one. I'm a little uncertain. We'll see if fate agrees.
Grim, how was the second day on the job?
Good.
Good.
Good. Should we just repeat good back and forth to each other in varying tones of agreement?
So, did you follow the rules
Don't
properly?
think that's a proper conversation if that's all you were doing. Almost, maybe? I don't really know.
Everything looks in order, as far as I can tell. And it is my job to tell these things.
Even he gave a half-hearted laugh. I thought, depending how hard he chuckled, I could contribute a little something. But when he comes in with a soft... you can't really expect me to get on board with that, man.
Continue the good work, and do not let tough choices get you down.
I hope I get to kill more people.
No. You are to mark the profiles as requested. We are not here to cause wanton mayhem.
I think I may have misunderstood the job previously. I
Rest
just wanted to
well.
kill everyone.
You will need it. See you soon.
I'm a little bit curious. The cat purrs softly. I am a little curious what would happen if I just kill everyone. I guess there's like the assessment at the end of 7 days, but can I like straight up get a game over before even reaching a point like that? I do kind of wish there was something somewhere on this screen that told me how much money I currently had. Oh, he's got an entirely different set of things. It reminds me of like Animal Crossing, that you always need to check up on the different shops to see the different things they're bringing in. The Annals of Transience. They keep track of any passing temporalities. It counts days in a month from 1 to 28. Those are all the days. All of them. Every month is February in the afterlife. Well, I can't afford anything. The Ethereal Resonator and the Grim Cape. And if it's gonna switch out every time I come, then like there's no point really reading anything, getting particularly excited, because it might not be the same the next time I come to it. So I'll just work on trying to save up a little bit of money instead. Today's rules: a new day dawns. You ought to know the drill by now, but just in case, here's another simple one. No special requests today. Try to follow the rules and choose the appropriate profiles. Then send them to me by fax. 2 humans have to die. That's it? That's so vague that it makes me think there's more to it. Teen dies in a freak bicycle accident due to brake malfunction. Collapse of under construction city wall leaves many injured. Overseer dead. Project cancelled. Local swamp reportedly inhabited by green monster. That one guy, he was right. Apparently he knew what he was talking about. Crypt of Decay announced new concert tour to Wallark and beyond. Okay, the first 2 things though, that makes it sound like 2 people died. They're like, did one of them die independently of my like contribution to it? I don't know what to do with the money. I don't like the way the money is like piling up on my desk. I might be able to solve that. Oh, yeah, get out of here. I don't want weird money screaming and howling and wailing like the damned in the corner of my desk. So instead, get out of there. Do you know what? We're going for a more productive day as well. There's too many things piling up, so I kind of just want to keep a cleaner office. That's actually way better. I actually really enjoy that. Oh man, this is cleaner than my actual desk. I'm glad the camera's not pointed here, because I have like a scratch lottery ticket that I've been meaning to cash in for like months. I have one of these cassette things that lets you plug like phones and things into a cassette player in your car, but my car no longer has a cassette player. I have a measuring tape in case I need to measure things. I have a bunch of Canadian Tire money, like way too much of it, and each one of them is increments of like 5 cents. Canadian Tire money is stupid. I don't even know why it exists. That's not even everything. I don't know, I just have a box thing of like blue sticky. Why? This motivates me. This makes me want to clean my actual desk up. Frankie Alves is a tour manager for an extreme metal band. From the outskirts of Cosmopolis City, so far they've organized 3 concert tours across the sea, 2 and around Wallark, all of which have been cancelled midway through, mostly due to capriciousness of the singer. I think that this is probably the tour manager of like Crypt of the Damned or whatever that band was that it said on the phone. Don't want to check my phone again. So I kind of don't want to kill her, because I want that band to be able to do their thing, even if they're kind of screwing it up for themselves. Jerome loves birds and started an egg farm. Several decades ago, since business was bad, they also had to start selling the meat, which is very hard for Jerome emotionally. They hold a little funeral for every bird, which includes a little speech and some crying. That's kind of pathetic, but kind of adorable. You seem like a good man, Jerome. Okay. I was trying to just send it along. But anyways, I could use this to file away like live, die, or I don't know, just to keep my desk cleaner. We have Columba, don't know if that's a real name, is a distinguished war veteran these days working as a well-regarded passenger airplane pilot. They're happily married and have 5 children. Oh, that's so many children. I can't orphan that many children, can I? I guess they would still have a mother, but who knows? Who knows what disastrous way he might die? He might crash his plane into his home or something. As a hobby, Columba is extremely interested in the history of religious buildings. I'm a little worried about that many children. Leo Bajorski. Leo has been in politics for 40 years, and in that time they've worked hard on relaxing the government's meddling in the real estate market. Although nobody has found proper proof, there have been rumors that he's taken bribes from many realtors. It seems like he's doing good, but he's also doing it in a shady way, and he's a little bit older. And then we have Shelly McIntosh. I've killed a lot of younger people so far. I should maybe steer away. Wetland scientist. Wetlands are like, having done some wetland work, are like the least recoverable, reclaimable land ever. We need more wetland scientists. Who recently moved into a little cottage in the swamp for science. They wander around the swamp in a frog costume, scaring lost hikers for entertainment. Recently, they noticed a suspicious hunter camping in the area. Is that like telling me how they would die? Oh, human, what did you get yourself into? You can live, because I have a special warm spot for wetlands. Frog prank was pretty funny. I don't think I should kill this guy because of all of his children, although he's 47. They're probably relatively grown up. Alright, I need to check my phone again, but I promise it's business related. Crypt of Decay announced new concert tour. I don't know, how much do people love this band? They've all been canceled anyways? I don't know, it sounds like you're doing a bad job at this. Maybe someone else will do better at reining in these guys. I mean, it's gonna mean that their current tour is gonna get canceled as well, but maybe overall it'll just be better. And then I don't have to worry about the fact that 5 children aren't going to have their dad come home, because that seemed like a bit too much for me. Oh, the cat's eyes are spooky.
3 days you have been with us. How do you feel?
Awesome, balancing the world, getting things done, fine more or less. Bit confusing, I feel hungry all the time. How's that even possible?
Probably some of the psychic residue left over from the creation. Making a death is not simplistic alchemy.
It kind of seemed like it was. It involved lemons. It can't be that complicated.
Now, let me take a look at the files you sent in today. Right. Everything looks to be in order. You have followed the rules and marked the correct amount of profiles.
Good. But do you have some, do you love Crypt of Decay or something and you're going to be mad at me? I really want to make it through to the assessment because I want to know, like if there's anything I could have done better. Keeping track of passing temporalities is basically just days. I think days going by. That's it's funny. It's a funny joke. But when I only have these 7 days before the assessment and I know I've done 3 of them, it's not that hard to keep track of. Ethereal resonator, it collates accelerated electromagnetic waves of various frequencies generated by the artificial vibration of eternal recurrence, which travel through the aether and then blasts them at you. So it's a radio. I just get to have a little radio on my desk. And the face of the great old one. Whoa, a seriously terror-inducing visage. Probably looks kind of Cthulhu-esque tentacly, but then again, who wouldn't want to look like the antediluvian monstrosity? Besides, tentacles are extremely useful and practical. I think I'm going to try and save up a bit more money. Having a radio would be nice, but it goes through a lot of money very quickly. If Fate can have a cat just chilling in his lap throughout his full day's work, then I think I should be allowed to do the same as well. No one said I can't bring my cat into work with me. Every day is bring your pet to work day. Alright, cash out my money. I hope that doesn't mean people can steal my money if I leave it there. all survived in a plane crash due to skillful efforts of a pilot. It's some Final Destination shit that, like, these incidences are happening no matter what, and it's just whether or not people die. Local politician dies after getting hit with a car. Police have yet to rule out a deliberate hit. Romance blossoms as Hunter almost shoots local scientist in a frog costume. Falls in love instead. I'm so glad I facilitated that. Doing a little bit of Cupid work on the side of my grim duties. Crypto Decay canceled tour after sudden death of their manager. I mean, come on, they were gonna cancel anyways. I take no blame for that. Have you looked outside today? It rains. It's been raining for hours. Appropriate to accompany the despondence within me. Well, here are your rules. 3 humans have to die. Deciding what exactly needs to happen when there's no criteria like that is not that difficult. So what do I have? I have 5 overall, 3 of them have to die, so I'll kill a minimum 1 of these guys. Enrique Quinto, a prime minister. Never really liked politics, yet is serving a 2nd term in office. When traveling, they enjoy snooping out all the hip spots the locals frequent. A fan of history, they own a vast collection of old war figurines. They're married and have 2 homeschooled children. Damn, way to squeeze that in at the end there, because I was for sure killing that guy. Chase Fontaine, legendary guitarist. Absolutely love shredding guitar solos. The more technical, the better. Their fingers pick and slide over guitar strings so fast most cameras can't even pick up. They are an idol to any ambitious young guitarist to be. Grim, I am watching you. You should mark this profile to live from fate. But what is 27 like the year where Cobain died and like many other prominent famous, like those who died too young? There's like the 27 club, so they've already lived beyond that, so I couldn't even do them like the courtesy of including them in that. Here I am making it sound like death is a favor. I mean, it might cement their legacy. Degen needs to eat to live? Everyone. Oh, and steal to eat. Okay, I was like, everyone has that. It's like a typical part of human beings. Their spouse disapproves of Degen's, he's a degenerate, life choices and lets them know it every time they are together. After a while, decide to lie to their spouse that they got a regular job. They decided to steal the truth. You can die. I feel like your wife is probably going to be better off without you, dude. Sorry, but I'm sending you away to death. I'm still tempted to kill the guy that fate said not to, just to see. Merle, Ursa, and Khalil, a game designer, better live, tried to make the greatest game for a while now to find inspiration, and because they love traveling, they attend a diverse range of gaming events, conventions, and conferences. It's really just a specific type of tourism. They also enjoy marathon running. It's a very generic profile. Nothing particularly good or bad. Khalil believes in their power to give only the best advice to potential presidential candidates. I think pretty much if you think you're the best at something, you're probably not, and that he should probably die. Neutral party to boost the success of their campaign. Their self-confidence might be misplaced since the reputations of everyone they've advised thus far have crashed and burned. I think that's a pretty obvious one. You can live, whatever. You're just trying to make a game. I want you to have that opportunity. And I think I'm gonna kill the guy that fate said not to. Yeah, I'm just trying to help him cement his legacy. You know, I should see if I'm allowed to change. Okay, you can't change it. I mean, the game basically was repeatedly warning me about that. That I should double check. 3 humans have to die. Yes. Okay, and it's counting it up there for me as well. In case I need a confirmation. You might be a little pissed, but I technically followed your rules. That didn't seem to be an additional
Grim,
stipulation.
There you are. Let us be quick. All the profiles are here, just as requested. Excellent work.
You're very welcome.
I am beginning to sense a tinge of pride growing within me. I did not expect you to turn out such a good and dedicated Reaper.
He's not even mad. It was like a test. He's just glad to see a job well done.
If you keep this up, you will get far. Maybe even promoted to a middle management position.
That's as high as it goes. There's nothing above that. That's great. What a great career target. Delightful meow at the prospect.
Anyway, I am quite busy tonight, so you can go. Until tomorrow, Grim.
Ciao. I really expected him to kind of bring the hammer down. I thought he'd be pissed about that. Apparently he's just glad to see me doing my job. That's the main thing. So we could have a calendar or a Thronody to desolation? Thronody? Peculiar flex twirl disquietly inside this glass globe, never settling. In the middle of the storm stands figures too difficult to discern. Everything seems to be in a state of constant transfiguration. I think it's literally just a snow globe. I think it's just a desk decoration. And the plague doctor, sporting a super stylish beak, the mask hails from an era of epidemics where physicians, with little to no medical expertise, tried to alleviate the suffering of the inflicted. An ill omen, but it really fancies up my visage. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about that one. Instead, I think I'm gonna buy the calendar.
Blimey, we scoured nigh every inch for this calendar. Alas, mayhaps we raided too many merchantmen for it. 'Cause turns out, it weren't even on a ship. Still worth it for the annals work on any year. Filled to the
You
brim
go
with
every
arcane
year
symbols
looking
and
for a new
short
calendar?
omens between the numbers, and in the footnotes. Also includes the major holidays of 100 different civilizations, and all of the name days.
It's too much. It's too much stuff.
I finally procured it from an old man on the steps of Acropolis.
Did you also sign up for like a yearly subscription to receive more of these? For half a second, I almost said a monthly subscription. That would be really, really, really unnecessary. That would be really the worst way you could possibly receive a calendar. Hey, that guy just mopping up. What the hell? I'm like in a more residential area? What? I'm just not sure why it popped me up at the top there, so it kind of wigged me out a little bit. Didn't know precisely where I was. Can go into my office, scratching away the days, easy as can be. I guess I'll check my phone quickly. Guitar virtuoso found dead in their hotel room. Examiner suspects unexpected stroke. Prime Minister of Muayquia visits local war museum while on their political tour. Neutral president, I just like the idea of the neutral party, rises to power after replacing entire advisory team. Former advisors reported missing. Oh, the irony, local woman survives getting mauled by a bear while on a run. Is that ironic or just like fortunate for her? It is but a mundane day, nothing out of the ordinary going on anywhere, a regular day in the usual district of the typical planet. Who longs for some excitement? I don't know, it was a pretty exciting, riveting message you left me to begin with. Couldn't get past how exciting it was. 2 humans have to die, spare any humans with a food service background. Now we're getting more specific. Alrighty. 2 deaths. Amira has a secret child with an inmate and is the main supplier of narcotics to her prison. On the side, they're developing a nationwide cost-cutting regimen that would automate the whole prison system, removing all personnel and leaving only robots. That seems bad, but kind of good. I don't even spare any humans with food service. Okay, we'll see how many people have food service stuff going on, because I'll need to immediately give them a live. Liline hails from a small village on the coast where they spent their early years studying ichthyology, which, damn it, I can't remember. The fish? Ichthyology might be fish? I don't know. This later inspired them to turn their attention towards global matters, to make the multitudinous, interrelated networks that make up our planet. Still, no one with food anything. Sanskar is a lonely person going through a rough patch in life and thus have become much sloppy. Oh, kitchen manager. Live. When it comes to checking if new hires are trained on food preparation and kitchen safety techniques, I mean, what could really go wrong? So they're like not a very responsible person, but for whatever reason, they get to live. They get to slip through the cracks today. Michael, a student, runs an influencer account wherein it looks as if their cat is doing book reviews. Lately, they have been thinking about getting another cat, perhaps one that reviews articles. Michael's quite happy with not having a significant other at the moment. That guy should probably live. Seems like he's doing a lot of good. Riona, the sommelier, I think that probably counts as a food service thing. Can identify just about every wine taste profile. They're so prolific that they can even make up what they don't know. Lately, they've been trying out increasingly more obscure wines. They also like doing tasting exercises with their children using various craft sodas. Okay, good. At least you're not doing it with wine. They do not, however, endorse alcohol abuse. Good. I'm glad to have that little extra footnote at the end of their profile there. You live. And Fernando loves coffee and enjoys crafting elaborate foam art. They're an avid supporter of bamboo cups, dishes, and utensils. In their free time, they like bird watching, pirate films, and selling bootleg Azure Ray. All the various different things like Influencer, Azure Ray, these are good. Me Too, good, all good jokes. They have a modestly popular film review blog. Guess what? Because you're a barista, you're technically in food service. We get another live. I think I had to kill 2 today. I should probably double check that. 2 have to die. That's fine. So it must be. Well, robot prisons seems like maybe not a very good idea overall. Climate scientist seems important. That seems like a good thing. But they also study fish. Fish are about as boring as they come. And I kind of want to see this guy whose cat does book reviews. It sounds just stupid enough that for whatever dumb reason you get to live today. You should probably count your lucky stars though, because like I'm being pretty generous there. Why is there like a cloud hovering around my mirror?
Knock knock.
Hello? Who's there?
That's exactly the question, ain't it?
Yeah, that is. I mean, it's the question I directly asked. Who are you? What are you?
We are the exalted chimera, envied by all the blind, arrogant fools. We are angst ex nihilo. We are nothing. A despicable failure.
Oh, you don't have to be so down on yourself.
We are elan vital.
Maybe you're just getting
The
used to a
guide
new
who won't
job.
lead astray. If only you learn to listen. We are death. How does it feel?
I thought I was death. Or at least one of deaths. What does what feel? I don't understand. It feels fine. I don't have time for this, whatever it is. How about you just leave me alone? I just
You
don't
know,
understand.
dying. You do remember, right?
No.
He's seeing you, Reaper. It's a grim world out
I
there.
think you're more clever than you are with that particular little joke there. That's an interesting little sub-narrative that's being introduced all of a sudden.
What a day, Grim. What a day. Let us go over your conduct first.
Am I finally gonna have to, like, pay for the fact that I killed that guitarist?
Good. I see the correct amount of profiles. Today seems to be in order.
Okay, good. You made it sound like I was doing something wrong here. Also, I'm starting to get growingly curious. Terrible sentence. I'm getting all flustered. Do I get weekends? Is what I'm trying to ask.
Anyway, Grim, 5 days you have been with us. How does it feel to make the difficult choices?
Didn't like it at first. I'm growing to enjoy it. Job like any other. You guys set quite a few guidelines. It makes it pretty easy to just, I don't know, stay in line. Honestly, I feel like I'm not killing enough people. I crave more. I still feel awful about every choice. Every moment is a living hell. I hate this job. I feel like I'm not killing enough.
Take this seriously. We are here to save the humans from themselves and hold the chaos at bay. But think of the humans. Do you think our office is the appropriate way to deal with them?
I mean, I couldn't really present an alternative. This, all of a sudden, for half a second there, sounded like Brain from, like, Pinky and the Brain, which I think is Maurice LaMarche. It sounded just enough like it that I would be curious if it's either actually that voice actor or just an impression. Absolutely, I'm not sure. Not really. Is there another way?
Perhaps No, never mind. I have not found a way around the tradition, and I have been here a long time.
Well, maybe you don't want to share that with someone who's only like a newbie to all this.
Control over all the lives, unbeknownst to the humans. Do you not consider it unethical to make the choices you make?
I'm a little curious how you come up with your list of criteria any given day. Like, I don't really know why I saved the life of a barista. Just because. Like, I don't see the larger scheme. I guess. I don't know why you have those specific considerations, but whatever. I'm just kind of punching the clock, just doing my job. But you hand out the rules and make me do the choices. Can't worry too much if this is what has to be done, and I'm not happy with the situation. No. Yeah, I'm going to blame fate.
One must be in charge. The others are there to follow. The office is perennial and venerated. Eons we have spent designing the appropriate methods and strategies. We know what we are doing.
You weren't so certain a second ago, but if you're feeling confident now...
I do apologize for taking up so much of your time. Before you go, are there any questions you would like to ask me?
Why haven't I seen any underage profiles? Ooh. What's the basis for the profiles? Is there a point system? Thinking The Good Place, that show just wrapped up, really got me thinking about that. Why do all the profiles refer to people as they? I hadn't really considered it. I'm curious about that, actually.
They are a special case, for a different set of departments to deal with. You will not find any yourself.
That's good. I think that would be weird.
Countless.
And they all have Reapers working in them?
Myriad.
Really?
Close enough.
All right.
Else?
What about animals? I'm curious about the points thing.
Not at all.
Don't they all influence the world in many ways? The humans can't actually affect anything. You don't sound too sure about that.
I am. Quite so.
Is it predetermined? What about free will?
Humans have
I
some
guess
free
fate
will,
goes
sure.
against free will.
They can make a variety of choices. Yet what matters is that they cannot escape the inevitable. The life-threatening situations that bring them onto your desk. A result of their own deeds and decisions.
So I was right about that. Everyone is on the brink of, being killed off in some way.
Then there are some highly complex calculations, factors and aspects that influence the situation. But that is just a bit over your pay grade.
It doesn't seem that complicated. The guy's a pilot. Let's crash his next plane. Why are they all they?
An astute observation. You see,
Thank you. I will take credit for observing it, not the game.
Our office does not operate on information about biological backgrounds or genetic composition.
So no gender or ethnic data either?
Everyone you assess is simply human, after all, excluding any monumental error in normal procedure.
That would be an interesting case to come along. I really like that completely non-racially, sexually, ageism, nothing. There's no basis other than just humans.
End up on your desk.
Who'd have thought hell or death or the Department of the Afterlife or whatever would be so progressive in that regard?
Anything else?
What about animals?
Absolutely. All living beings have to be processed after the end. No escape.
All dogs go to the afterlife.
Even
Popular
plants.
movie back in the day.
Yes, there is a department for plants. Do not ask about the plant department.
I would work in the plant department.
Anything else?
What about the unliving things? That seems like a very dumb question. No such thing as dumb questions. I think that's a dumb question.
Technically, kind of, I guess. Ruins are like a type of dead, but then again, they often feel so alive.
No.
I must ponder. This topic is a bit too...
Has no one's ever proposed the concept of buildings dying to you before? I just want to get back to work. I'm glad that you, Fate, who has lived presumably for all of eternity, was able to have an enlightening conversation with someone who's been around for only 5 days. That makes me feel very full of myself. Wow, I'm such a great conversationalist that I was able to impress Fate themselves. I got an achievement, Curious Grim. It was an achievement for asking all the questions at the first lore hub. So yeah, basically I just really got into things. 8 profiles, holy crap. We seem to be on the precipice of dark times. I may have warned you that this job can have some harsh moments. Today is that day. A total of 6 humans have to die. At least 2 younger humans have to die. Any humans with a medical background have to die. This is very serious. Fate. Alright, I'm going to stick that in the corner because that's a lot of things to kind of keep track of. So I want to have that somewhere where I can keep an eye on it. Oh, I should peek at my phone again. Major outbreak of salmonellosis hits Cosmopolis City. Hundreds infected. Human trafficking ring shut down. Savant sommelier recognizes anomaly in wine caused by a victim's tears in the soil. Wow, glad they lived. That's why I like the food service people had to live. Popular Review Cats get a brand new sponsorship deal with the Trans Global Inc. Prison superintendent found dead of narcotics overdose. Traffic collision on the Westerhold motorway claims life of scientist. 2 others survive with injuries. Our small town prodigy moves to the city. We say, reach for the stars. Scientists very close to figuring out how to counter a dangerous pathogen. Okay, there's been not that much interesting things to... Oh my god, the cat just crawled up on the desk next to me. It's like a very weird avenue of lap sitting that you don't normally take, kitty. Okay, medical backgrounds have to die. So let me just quickly see. Student, personal assistant, lecturer, attorney, nurse. So I'm sorry, you're super dead. And immunologist, you're super dead. So we can just know that those are confirmed right away. The past 15 years, they spent every day working in a windowless concrete bunker, testing various vaccines in order to eradicate some of the deadliest diseases in the world. During off times, they enjoyed lengthy bike rides. Well, guess you're gonna bike straight off a cliff then. And Ewa works as a nurse in the intensive care unit, making sure the patients don't suffer more than they have to. They are a big advocate of euthanasia. Jesus, who is a big advocate of euthanasia? Usually people are pretty light on that. Sometimes they feel so bad for a patient they give them the gift of death in an act of mercy without really consulting them. Oh, you were gonna get killed no matter what anyways. I was super not letting you through the day. 2 younger humans have to die. Alright, so you're 20 and you're 28? You guys are both on the younger side. I would say... Alright, these 4 are quite a bit younger than generally seen. So I'm gonna go kill two of y'all. Kyra, Haith, Annabelle, and Tara. Two of you are cut. I kind of... There's a lot going on here all of a sudden, so there's a lot to be read. Unemployed, let's see. After the death of their trusty dog, they moved to the big city to pursue the app scene. So far, they have made a ton of useless mobile apps, but perhaps app number 98 will finally be successful. Oh, so you're not unemployed, you're just making really crappy apps? I'm chucking you in the death pile. Sorry, maybe that's a quick reactionary response, but I got a lot to go through today, okay? They're most famous for winning a case and getting the victim's family to pay damages to a drunk driver who killed their son. Dead. Super dead. I don't need to hear more about you. You suck. And has devoted themselves to becoming either an astrophysicist or an astronaut. The 2 things, they are somewhat related. They also enjoy painting, mostly nudes, computer programming, and volleyball. Seems like a pretty good, well-rounded person. Derek could read the thoughts and feelings of their boss at any given moment because they've successfully learned all of the minuscule facial twitches, although they can often tell everyone of their career ambitions at length. In truth, they're just happy to help. I think I already killed 2 younger humans. You guys might be fine. I'll assess these last 2. An alchemist, he's 66 years old, and that's not real. After decades of unsuccessful attempts of turning mercury into gold, he decided to utilize their alchemy talents in healthcare. They carefully mix together various chlorine and sulfur chemical compounds and sell it as a cure for everything. Yeah, he's a scumbag, that's as I thought. He gives a number of different mathematics lectures at a prestigious university. They dream of forming a ragtag group from their students and robbing casinos with a bunch of clever math-related con methods. That sounds really funny, and sounds a lot like the plot of that Kevin Spacey movie, 21. Not quite, but a little bit. Kind of funny, but also probably the sort of criminal activity I shouldn't be encouraging. I think I satisfied everything in that quite lengthy list of requirements for the day there. Fate should be very pleased.
Ah, Grim. It looks to be a rough day out there. New recruits often falter during dark times.
I'm just kind of aware that a lot of people have to die. I try not to think about it too much. It's fine. I'll kill them all.
You seem to have performed adequately. How do you feel after such a day?
I was built for dark times. There was a lot to do, but I think I worked it all out. Bad. I did what I had to do. It was fine, man. Most of those people had things on their record that I was not a big fan of.
Good. We have to do what is necessary, even if we do not fully understand why.
The cat's eyes are open. It's super creepy and weird.
Any idea what happened?
Looks just like it. Side by side comparison. Same exact cat, basically. Don't you know what happened? You're in charge, after all. Some sort of medical calamity, maybe, like an epidemic. Beats me. I don't know.
Interesting. An insightful streak may yet rattle inside that skull of yours. Off you go now, Grim. Good night.
Good night to you too. Weirdly professional. Just not really what I expected. Toodaloo, enjoy your evening. What you got going on this weekend? Alright, so I can buy an ephemeral mortality, a coin, the thing which usually makes up the largest portion of any buried treasure. Very strange that that's something I can buy, can't afford that. And Ears of the Beast. A pair of cat ears would look really nice on me and inspire all the felines of the world. Just don't talk or even think about the film adaptation of the musical. Low blow.
You know why I was the scourge of
Low
the
hanging
seas?
fruit.
Because ain't nothing out there that frightens me. Once
the
we
cat?
looted an ancient tomb for gods and kings long forgotten. And you know what, matey? Found there the most particular set of ears. Wearing 'em gives ye supernatural hearing. Happened to overhear a mutineer plot that very night. So I threw 'em all right overboard. Plotting with the fishes now they are.
With the fishes. I wonder if that's legitimately going to have an effect on things. Like if I'll start overhearing whatever that weird cloud was hanging out around my mirror. I told you that mirror was cursed, by the way. Maybe it's haunted. Haunted, cursed, could be a little bit of both. But like maybe I'll start hearing some more stuff like that more often. Maybe I'll overhear fate now and again. Like maybe it's just clothing, but it might actually have a real effect. I can't afford that. I was curious what the hell it was. Like what was the point of it? I would have checked it out. And I'm definitely slipping on these kitty cat ears. Okay, I did not expect. So there's Gray, Kawaii, go get them, fancy cat. I am the knight. It's a little bit much. It's not really what I was going for. I prefer the cool, hardcore metal aspect of being a skull for a head. So I think I'm just gonna leave the cat ears off. And this should be my 7th day. I should be going into my 7th day at this point, which is what I've been largely building up to. I kind of want to like complete that, you know, see what's going on. What is astrophysics all about anyway? Let me tell you. Immunologist dead as epidemic hits hardest at those trying to combat it. Cruel irony, hotshot lawyer Kyra Lopez dead in a hit-and-run accident. Good, caused by the same drug driver that they helped save. Good, the irony there brings me joy. Intensive care unit at local hospital sees an unprecedented spike in survival rate because that lady's not killing people anymore. Fashion firm reports recorded earnings, promises to spread wealth around just a teeny bit. Not much. 7th day. Okay, see if you can clean up the mess from yesterday. That might give you just the boost you need. But do not forget, you may leave troubles behind, but new ones always lie ahead. Very pessimistic. 2 humans have to die. Spare humans who seem helpful against the troubles. Keep vigilant. Alright, I'll keep that out. 2 humans have to die. That's really not many out of 6? Lewis, Christopher, and Angus. Restaurant owner got munchies for shark fin, but can't find any. Not if Lewis is near. They're a big fan of shark fin and other questionable foods like turtle belly, which they've served for a decade. They are also involved in distributing these items to grocery stores. Oh, I thought he was going to say they use the profits to combat the problem or something. Nope. Nope, doing nothing to help the cause whatsoever. They open a Waffle House in the middle of Cacti Valley to have a reason to claim a legal income, but avoid customers. When a hiker finds the place, which sometimes happens, Christopher starts sweating profusely and attempts to cook with 10-year-old ingredients. He's a money launderer. Okay, a policy consultant. There's nothing like the smell of freshly minced coal in the morning. At least that's what Angus believes. They consult politicians on all energy-related policies, always advocating for more drilling, more mining, more cutting. Clean energy is for losers, apparently. Wow, so I would probably chop that guy down as well. Yikes, not really sure what to do. I only have 2 people to kill, so I only have 1 more to pick, which is really tough. When younger, Omar postponed enjoying literature, thinking, oh, I'll get around to it once I'm old. When the time finally came, they started going through one novel, novella, short story collection, etc. after the other. They've become to regret the earlier decision, as now they're afraid they'll die before they get to read all these books. That's sad. I mean, you're not doing anything bad, and I only have 2 people to kill, so yeah, you can have more time to read your books. Blaze Masterson, the helicopter pilot. They work as the Prime Minister's personal helicopter pilot. They love flying so much they fly all around all day, even when their employer doesn't need to go anywhere. All the money for fuel is taken from taxpayer funds. Well, god damn it, guys. Charlie Gawk, fraud CEO, has been helping their brother Albert David hide corporate money and avoid paying taxes for years, perhaps even decades. They have also been accused of insider trading and other fraudulent activities. They currently live in a mansion just outside of town. Spare humans who seem helpful against the troubles. I don't think anyone of you jerkwads qualify for that. Why was I stuck with 4 terrible people? He's a money launderer, but I would say on a scale he's not really harming anyone. So I'm gonna lock in that one. This clean energy guy sucks. He doesn't seem like he's helping. I mean, he's helping his brother do a bad thing, but he's helping. Helicoptering is really expensive. Not the worst thing there is. I really don't like this clean energy guy. I think I'm locking in my final decisions on this one. It's really the first day that I feel quite uncertain, and of course it would be the day, like the final day before your assessment. Oh, gotta check in on mirror person.
That wasn't so good, was it? It's okay. We can figure it out, make it work.
I thought I did okay.
Crisp and clear like the azure pond at the forest glade.
Yeah, I can do this. No, it's already falling apart.
You were born for this. That's what fate keeps telling you, ain't it?
Yeah, and he's super trustworthy. He's a good
It's
friend.
like a surge in your spine. A faint echo of a perfect chord.
Very poetic.
It's very close, Grand Reaper. Be seeing you.
What's very close? And Grand Reaper, I'm flattered. Thank you, by the way. Assessment day.
Welcome, Grim. It is the end of the week. Your performance review draws near. How do you think you have been doing?
Like, if Grim is my name, and I'm a Reaper, am I the Grim Reaper? Like, is this kind of a trajectory of you becoming, like, the #1 Reaper in all of the afterlife? It's like an origin story? I hadn't really thought about that. I was thinking to myself, I was one of many Grim Reapers. No, I think I'm the Grim Reaper. Crushing it. Profiles came in. I sent them out. Clockwork. Dismal. I hate everything about this job. I think I've managed to follow the rules. I'm just surprised I made it this far. I think I've managed.
Interesting. Yes. Your answer has been recorded for the psych eval.
Psych eval?
Now then,
Dead people
before
have
the
psychological
let us
tendencies.
look over your daily conduct. I see the required profiles are all here.
So that's good, right? Like, I didn't break any rules or do anything bad.
Excellent. This bodes well for the evaluation. I guess it is time to get started.
I wanted to ask about today. What did I want to ask about today?
What about today?
Yesterday went really bad. What about today? Did I make a difference? Did we help?
Today? Oh, everything seems to be getting better as we speak. Do not worry about it. Fixing the world is a slow process. So, keep at it. As long as you follow the rules, it will all get better.
Okay.
Now, where did I put those papers? Ah, here we go. Right. Looking at these stats, the numbers say...
I'm the best Reaper you've ever had?
Your conduct over the 7 days has been most excellent.
Most.
I am, sincerely, surprised and pleased by your display of loyalty.
Well, I'm surprised that you ever doubted me, but I am pleased that you were able to see the value in my work. But it's starting to make me wonder if I could have gone off script and I could have just killed people who I thought deserved it willy-nilly. I think I would have been fired. Like, I don't know.
So much so that the office has deemed you fit for a raise.
Yeah. I don't really do this for the money, you know. I just like the killing. Thank you.
Oh, do not thank me, Graeme. We are just getting started. Speaking of, the raise also comes with a prize. The office
Employee
is proud
of the
to
month.
present you with an award of excellence.
Maybe Employee of the Century,
Display
the
it
Millennium.
proudly
I don't
on
know.
your workstation.
So perfunctory. The most perfunctory claps I've ever heard.
Do not let this cloud your judgment. You still have much to learn, and many
No,
rules
judgment
to follow.
clouded, threw it out the window. I will never get better at this job. I've peaked. I thought we both understood that. This has been hard. Does it get easier? More rules. Piece of cake.
Careful, Graeme. That is exactly the kind of hubris that will lead to a downfall.
No, you know the story of Icarus. He flew too close to the sun, got a rad suntan. Everyone thought he looked the best he'd looked in ages, and showered him with glory and praise forever, and he became immortal, and nothing bad ever happened. Hubris
As
is not
such,
risky.
Your 7-day evaluation period has concluded. You have passed. That is all. Until tomorrow, Graeme.
Toodaloo! Thank you so much for seeing my value that I can provide. I just want to end the day. I'm not actually going to do another day's work. I just want to see the stuff show up on my desk. Best newcomer presented to Grim Reaper for your contribution to the killing of many humans. You're very welcome. I'm glad you noticed. And my coin that I can just flip in case it comes down to like a 50-50. Although it seems to really heavily lean towards people get killed. What if it falls on its side? What other things does it have to say about this coin? The decision coin. Flip and see either the ankh or a skull. It literally is only ever a skull as far as I'm seeing, so it's not a very well-balanced thing. It seems to really heavily favor everyone dies. 3 humans have to die. Spare any middle-aged humans if possible. So we're starting to get like maybes in the rules. That is probably all I'm going to play of the game. It actually took longer to get through 7 days than I was expecting. I don't know if it's too much from a viewer perspective, the fact that I was reading like pretty much every individual profile of the different characters. I would just leave this here as a very lengthy one-off to really show off the game. You guys would have to let me know if you would be interested in seeing more of this game. Let me know, because otherwise I'm just going to leave things here. I think it's interesting, it's fun, the lore is quite intriguing, things are getting more complicated, which is neat and all that. It's pretty chill overall. So I'd very much welcome any feedback you might have and whether or not you're curious in seeing more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.